here from North Shore Nature Programs again with another little quick get outside and explore segment. Today we are going to look at another wild edible. So I think it was last week we looked at young beech leaves. Beech leaves actually at this point have already become almost too big to eat. Here, I'll swing the camera around so you can look at some beech leaves. So as you can see now, beech leaves are very large. They're still kind of soft, so you could still eat them. I don't think they're quite as tasty when they get older. And within the next couple of weeks, we'll start putting out a waxy cuticle that'll protect them from the sun and also from evaporation as the days get hotter, but they'll become even less tasty. So the plant we're going to look at today is called garlic mustard. So this is a picture of it right here. It's got kind of a triangular shaped leaf with fairly heavy toothing on it, and then these clusters of 4-petaled flowers at the top. This plant can usually be found in areas of recently disturbed soil, so along the edges of roads, along the edges of fields. I've got some growing next to my compost pile here. I don't really know how it got here. It is an invasive species. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But the best way to identify this plant, other than the flowers and sort of the general shape and location, is by the leaf. So if you crush up this leaf and smell it, it's going to smell like garlic, hence its name, garlic mustard. So in terms of what you can do with a leaf, you can just sort of throw it in a salad and sort of provide a little garlicky flavor to your salad. Some people grind the leaves up with some pine nuts or walnuts, a little olive oil, and you can make a nice little pesto out of this. Other people also will just saute it in some oil and eat it sort of as a sauteed green. Now, as I mentioned, garlic mustard is an invasive species, and the problem is, so you can see this right here, this is the developing seed pod on this plant, and there are already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seed pods. Each of these seed pods contains hundreds of seeds. So this plant spreads rapidly. It can take over a certain area. So like already just in 1 year, I've got all this growing right here, which I'm actually going to rip out in a minute, because these plants will produce thousands of seeds, which will then spread all over my compost area because it's recently disturbed soil, which it loves. And it'll just keep spreading and spreading and spreading. So this can take over fields, this can take over roadsides, and it creates a monoculture, which is not great for biodiversity. There are not a lot of animals that are going to make their homes in and around garlic mustard. Most animals like a variety of plants in order to survive. So because garlic mustard isn't invasive, you can collect as much of it as you want. With the beech leaves, I cautioned, don't collect more than like a handful of leaves off a tree. With the garlic mustard, I could pull all of this and cook it up and use it however I wanted to, and that would not negatively impact this ecosystem. In fact, it would benefit this ecosystem. So this is one of those wild edibles that you can collect with wild abandon and make as much food as you'd like. So when you're harvesting or collecting this wild mustard, garlic mustard, you can just rip it out by the roots, and you want to try to get every single last bit of it, because again, it will spread rapidly. And as you can see here, I already got a massive handful of greens that if I was going to eat this, actually I may eat this, will make quite a lot of pesto, quite a lot of sauteed greens, or whatever I'm in the mood for. So just one note of caution is if you are collecting garlic mustard by a roadside, you just want to make sure you wash it really, really well. There's a number of things that can run off of the side of a road and sort of contaminate the leaves, or just the exhaust from a car can deposit some heavy metals along on the leaves. So you really want to wash it well. I would actually not even eat any garlic mustard that was right near a busy road. Maybe, like a little country road would be fine, but certainly not along a highway or a heavily trafficked road. All right, that's it for today, and go out and find some mustard and give it a taste.